Yeah, they both appear to have brought their A game to this lane. It's reacting well for both of them, left and right hand side.
7-pin this time. So the adjustment that Ong felt he had to make was made, and it left the 7. We saw Paul Moore have to deal with a couple of spares, so we know that it's tough out on the left-hand side.
Well, this will be the first spare that Remy's had to throw out. He's sorry, the second spare, but the first corner pin over here. Sail it across from the right-hand side of the lane, and that might drop in the gutter. And it just held on, didn't it? Crikey, I thought that was away. Alex Liu looking on with a little bit of concern, but probably quite happy how his colleague's getting on.
It was nearly out for a throw-in, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Ong then will be very satisfied with his work so far. No open frames. And that magnificent 6 strikes to get things underway in this first game. That's why Torgersen's under so much pressure. That's why he has to keep striking. Here he comes again. Oh no, heavy through the head pin.
Certainly was, yeah. Missed his line there, got off track, and was fortunate just to break the pins up there and just leave a single pin standing. A straightforward spare for him, but yeah, he's just inside his mark. Inside first arrow there. Previously was outside. High through the head pin. 4-pin stands there solid. Takes the spare away after 3 strikes in a row, but it's not really what he needed.
Jens Nico and girlfriend Britta in the crowd. Jens unfortunately exiting in the first round, but all of the players will stay on for the entirety of this tournament, and they just love to be here, love to be part of the atmosphere. And as most of them will tell you, they are always learning.
Oh, absolutely. These top players like to watch one another play and see the little angles that they little differences that they can find out from other players. 40 pins the difference just at this particular time. Going into frame number 9, the foundation frame. Remy Ong looking for another 10, hoping to extend that lead.
No, 7 again.
Well, he's very much in the pocket, just couldn't kick those 2 7-pins out, so he'll have to be happy for that, but it should be a straightforward spare. Goes through the 200 barrier with ease.
Big chance for Torgersen at this level. This is a pretty straightforward spare. Falls away from that shot, but makes it easily.
Yeah, puts a lot of momentum into it. Falls off the shot at the end, but it was straight enough. Comes away shaking his head. Just wonders why those 2 7-pins stood up. Simply because the 4-pin didn't jump out the flat gutter and give it a little nudge.
He can't buy a strike now after those 6 openers. And it's all down to so many subtle changes that occur. Changes in the bowler's action, changes in the lane. All has to be coped with. Wow, Torgersen. You're right, Cass, he's found a line that's working for him, and he's going to try and exploit this until it changes.
Absolutely, yes. It's pretty consistent now. As long as he can get wide enough and hit his mark consistently, that ball looks as though it's going to strike, doesn't it?
It's all very close again.
Well, Torre hasn't missed the pocket since frame 2. And unfortunately, he's only hit 5 strikes with a couple of spares in between. And that's the sort of thing that keeps the scores low.
Right, Remy will feel now that this is desperately important to make sure that he strikes out from here.
Yeah, 256 is on the cards. Torre can only go 227. Very important ball. First ball in the 10th frame. Both working on spares.
Very good shot from Ong. That's back to the confidence we saw in the first 6 frames.
Huge high back swing. Great rotation around the off the wrist, and that ball just rips the rack. Looking very, very smooth. Earns himself 2 bonus balls, or 2 extra balls in the 10th frame. Certainly looking to extend his lead. And could possibly be almost 30 pins up as we go into game 2.
Yeah, he likes it. Well, that's 8 strikes, isn't it, for this first game for Ong?
Yeah, the damaging thing is he's only actually been out the pocket once in the whole game. Again, he's upped his rev rate to over 400. Manages to carry all pins yet again. He's back on his strike line.
Bonus ball then to make it 2-5-6. That would really give him some lead to work with. Good work from Remy Ong. Saw his chance at the end of that first game and took it well. And the crowd acknowledging another 3 strikes in a row from Ong. 2-5-6 overall, and then if he can get through with strikes all the way through to the finish, 5-5-6 is the maximum still available to Ong. It's been another classy display of bowling, and there are some good names posting some very good numbers at this tournament. Now 2-2-7 available for Torgersen.
Yes, needs to hit 3 strikes. So he's been in the pocket pretty consistently. Very much upped his speed on that shot as well. But made the pocket and carried all 10, so that's another double. He's certainly not giving up the ghost. He's, wouldn't even say he's going down fighting. He's just pulling some pins back here, trying to keep himself in the race.
Well, it's definitely game on, isn't it, if he can deliver the goods with these next 2 balls.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Just be 29 pins adrift. And that can so easily turn around one open frame. And that gap could close up. If you look back to Torgersen's first frame when he had that 8 split, well, that was probably the difference between these 2 bowlers in this game. And that's looking close. Hits something, but doesn't quite kick them all out. Just the 7 pins there.
Just turns away in disgust.
Yeah, it'll be 214 with a spare. 42 pin deficit, which is, well,
It's pushing it, isn't it?
It's quite high, yeah. It's a lot of pins to get back against the 2-time world champion. And the minute's just hit 250, almost with his eyes shut.
Well, maybe Torgersen should try that in the second game. He's disgusted with himself as he goes back to his mark. Once again, no reaction between the 2 bowlers. This is quite unusual. Normally on the stage you get a bit more camaraderie than this, but they're both locked into this lane. They're trying to make it through to the quarter, but at the moment it's Ong in control.
The World Tenpin Masters is it's a tournament where you get invited. Being invited here shows that you're one of the top 16 bowlers in the world. So it's an honor to be here to compete in this. So to win is a bonus, because everyone is good here, and I think everyone has an equal chance of winning.
Torgersen has had so many players in the past at this tournament who have played against him. He's going to have to claw his way back into this match, but Remy Ong is going to try everything he can not to let that happen. No options now for Torgersen. Has to get going, and he has to move in with the strikes. Straight through the head pin. He was lucky that he didn't leave a nasty split there, so he's still got a chance to clear up on a spare.
Yeah, totally lost his line there. Some great camera angles there, showing Torres steady on that one leg. Lots of leverage, just high through the headpin. Fortunate to break up the split. Takes the square away quite nicely. And the interesting concept is that, Simon, that both these players are winners. Neither of them are used to being beaten, and the unfortunate scenario is that one of them has to go home.